If you've ever studied English for years and still felt like you could not speak. If you've ever known the words but found them refusing to come out in the moment. If you've ever watched someone speak English naturally and wondered why that feels impossible for you, then this video is for you. Because the reason you cannot speak English is probably not what you think. Welcome back to Gentle Wisdom. Today I am going to show you the real reason most English learners cannot speak, why the solution has nothing to do with grammar or vocabulary, and the one habit change that makes speaking feel natural over time.
So slow down.
Listen carefully. And let's begin. Lesson 1. The problem is not your English. It is your habits. Here is the first truth. You cannot speak English not because your English is not good enough. You cannot speak English because you have not built the habit of speaking English. Think about how you learned to speak your first language. You did not study grammar rules first. You did not memorize vocabulary lists.
You spoke.
Every day. From the moment you woke up until the moment you fell asleep. For years. You spoke your first language into fluency. You practiced it until it became automatic. Most English learners do the opposite. They study English. They read English. They listen to English. But they rarely speak it, and then they wonder why speaking feels unnatural and difficult. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, describes how habits are built through repetition. Every time you perform a behavior, the neural pathway for that behavior becomes stronger. Every time you do not perform it, the pathway weakens. If you speak English every day, your brain builds a strong pathway for English speaking. If you only study it silently, your brain builds a strong pathway for silent study. And the speaking remains difficult. The habit you build is the skill you develop. Remember this. Speaking English is a habit. And like every habit, it is built through repetition, not preparation. Lesson 2. Your environment is stopping you. Here is the second truth. The reason most English learners never build a speaking habit is not lack of effort or motivation. It is environment. Your environment does not require you to speak English. Your daily conversations happen in your first language. Your friends speak your language. Your work speaks your language. Your phone, your entertainment, your life. All in your language. There is almost no natural moment when English speaking is required. And without natural requirement, the habit never forms. This is not your fault, but it is your problem to solve. There was a learner named Rio. She had studied English for 4 years. Her reading and listening were strong, but she never spoke. Her life simply did not require it. Then she made one environmental change. Every day during her 30-minute commute, she described what she saw outside the window in English. Out loud, quietly to herself. The buildings, the weather, the people, what she planned to do that day. Within 6 weeks, something changed. Words came more quickly. Sentences formed more naturally. The habit was building. She had not changed her English ability. She had changed her environment to require speaking. Here is what works. Design one moment in your daily routine that requires you to speak English out loud. Even alone. Even imperfectly. The environment creates the habit. Lesson 3. Small speaking habits compound fast. Here is the third truth. You do not need hours of speaking practice every day. You need consistent, small moments. One English sentence spoken out loud every morning. A description of your lunch in English. A summary of your day in English before you sleep. These small moments of speaking feel insignificant individually, but over weeks and months, they compound into something remarkable. Your brain is connecting the act of speaking with the English language. building the pathway stronger with each repetition, making what feels unnatural slowly feel natural. The key is consistency over intensity. Speaking English for 2 minutes every day is more powerful than speaking for 2 hours once a week, because the daily repetition keeps the pathway active. The weekly session lets it weaken between sessions. Think about language the way you think about physical fitness. A 2-minute walk every day does more for your long-term health than a 2-hour run once a week, because consistency compounds. Intensity fades. Start here. Tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, say 3 English sentences out loud.
About anything.
What you see, what you plan, what you feel. 3 sentences. Every morning. That is your speaking habit. Start there. Lesson 4. You cannot prepare your way to speaking.
You can only speak your way to speaking.
Here is the final truth that changes everything. Most learners are waiting to feel ready before they speak. They want their grammar to be better, their vocabulary to be bigger, their accent to be clearer. But readiness does not come before speaking. It comes from speaking. Every conversation you have in English, however imperfect, makes the next one easier. Every sentence you say out loud, however broken, builds the habit. Every word you produce, however slowly, trains the pathway. You cannot study your way to fluency. You can only speak your way there. Think about where you want your English speaking to be in 1 year. Is that person studying more or speaking more? Start speaking today. Not when you are ready. Not when your English is better.
Today.
3 sentences this morning. 3 more tomorrow. Every day, a little more natural. Every week, a little more fluent. You cannot speak English because you have not yet built the habit of speaking English. Build the habit, and the speaking will follow. Train your mind, and keep becoming.